Hi. We Yeah, he just come around. Good. Yeah, he caught a squirrel yesterday, a small squirrel, and put it on the garage floor, and then basically took off. It wasn't moving; it was still breathing, and it was sitting there, laying there. Yeah, not overly impressed, but anyway, he doesn't eat squirrels, but he catches them and kills them. But anyway, this one, he left it, and I went in the house, came back out a few minutes later, and it got up and went away. So it must have been all right, because he took off to the bushes and went back to sleep. So that was good. I didn't have to throw it out for the crows, but it got up and recovered, got up and took off. Kitty, kitty. Yeah. Better luck patting this guy in the day than nighttime. I hooked up my water hose and watered the weeds, and changed the cat's water. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Ooh. Well, anyway, I wonder why that keeps happening. It's like it goes on dark for outside, and then when I come in here, it's black. Anyway, I got this. That works good. Of course, this is my right hand. I drained. Buddy took the foam out with a hook, and to keep it from rusting, he poured. He said like crap oil in it. Well, I cleaned up the pan. It was spotlessly clean, and I drained the oil. Well, the oil that poured out was slightly brown. No, absolutely, it had no dirt in it, and no foam. So, like, I poured it into like an old can, and there was no residue left in the bottom of the pan. So it's kind of clean, but brown sort of indicates that it might be rusty. But there was no dirt, and I am running a filter right now. I got this sitting here. There's still a little bit of oil here, but I can't quite get this last little bit of oil because it's downhill from the drain. So until I've figured out how to get that last little bit in, I'd like to dump a little Varsol through it. But I when I do mine, I'm just going to cut a square. That way I can look up in and see how clean it is. And that's a whole procedure. I'll talk about that when I get there. But over here, um, I lost my ability to have a light. Oh no, here it is. Okay. Anyway, I put the new push rod in and cleaned everything up and a new seal and this cover that has no brakes in it. Took me 2 or 3 hours messing around, and then of course I put the cover on. After I put the seal in, I put the cover on, tightened up screws, pulled the clutch in, nothing, tried to adjust it, and everything fell apart. And then I remembered I forgot to put the push rod in, so I took it apart, and of course I had to mess with the gizmo and put it all back in place. But anyway, this clutch pulls in a little easier than the Can-Am, but it pulls in nice. But I bought those what do you call it? Easy pull things. I looked them up. The um, the most expensive one is what you can buy in Canada, and it added up to be about $100. And anyway, I bought a cheaper one from the States and it added up to be like $40. And then I found one for like $22 from China, free shipping. So, and then, so anyway, they'll be here in another couple weeks or so. And then I got thinking, oh, the KTM needs one. So I went and spent another $25 and bought one for the KTM to realize that the KTM has hydraulics. It doesn't work on hydraulics. So I got one extra. I bought three different. So if one, it'll be a little bit experimental, but they just hook in the cable and kind of lever point from a different point where the cable hooks on to where your cable hooks on. Gives it a little better leverage. But anyway, but that works a lot better. And I got the Can-Am one working. And let me see. Yeah, yesterday I took the soldering gun and this was broken. This is an old cable, throttle cable, and they're always broken. Anyway, I welded it back together. This is the part that's visible right here. But anyway, well, it's better than glue because it's all plastic, but I heated both pieces. I held it perfectly in line and or like where it's supposed to sit, and then melded both pieces sorted together. And let me see. There's my welding rod right there. It's one of those little twist ties. So I used about an inch off it. But that is what I welded in between. It was a little awkward because the soldering gun didn't really have the right shape. But like here originally, they're as you can see. But anyway, this one, it's actually stronger than original because it doesn't have an edge. Well, I better let you guys go. It's in here. I got it's 80 degrees, and I could easily put a shirt on. It's cold because I run this dehumidifier, and now it's at 41. But 3 hours or 4 hours ago, that was at 90. But I turn it on every day, and it keeps things nice and dry and cool. I should be working in here. But anyway, see you later.